Alright, I know it's been a long time since I put a video up. I've been lazy and been busy. We've been in the place about 2 months now. We're still getting things organized. We're going to build a shed for our overflow. We're not like them nuts on that tiny house shows where they get rid of everything. That toilet's worked out real well. Y'all want to know which one it is, I'll post a link, but it's been fantastic. The washer and dryer works great, fit in there perfect. Didn't have any issues. Only had to pull off the trim on the left side to get it slid back in there. And I tell you, that LP dryer is really efficient. It does a good job. I don't have our doors made yet. We've got to get that done. And that bottom step we were going to put over here on the little one works out better as just a step to be able to get up high. So we didn't do that. And then our heater mounted up real well. It's kind of a little bit oversized, but these big heaters have like a really low setting, and that's what I wanted because it's not going to take a lot to heat this tiny house. The insulation is working out really well. And then my son's room, which the dogs seem to like a lot. Yep, that worked out good. We put the carbon monoxide and combustible gas detector down here in his room. Oh, be quiet. We went ahead and decided to use blue as an accent color, so I got that carpet. That worked out real well. And we changed the lights that we were going to use. I went with something with a little bit more blue in it. The backsplash is from the floor. That worked out good. I've got some trim that I've got to finish up, and I'm going to swap out those cover plates for stainless steel. The convection microwave we got is the bomb. Best thing we bought for the place right there. Let me go up top and show you how this turned out. Alright, there's the surround speakers I told you about. That worked out good. The height is real good. You can see our fancy window coverings. In Florida, boy, the sun was just cooking us in this place, so we're still looking at what kind of window treatments we're going to do. But the couch fit in here pretty good. Probably a little bit bigger than what I like, but it's comfortable. Then I couldn't give up my Polk audio speakers, so I went ahead and just built some brackets to take care of that. And I ended up using the center channel. I didn't think I would, but I did. And the furniture we got at Walmart, I think it's closet made or whatever, but this has got a little bit thicker sides, and I like the scale. And then I didn't put the vertical shelf in here, and I used the spare ones here for my PS3 and my PS4 in the cable box. We're going to get one of the pull-out bins here to put all these in it, and that fit out good. I couldn't keep the computer upstairs. It's too hot and wasn't enough room, so I'm going to build a micro ITX for the bedroom. And I'm experimenting with fans that we're going to use. That's a 12-inch. Being as long as this thing was, we had a problem with the air movement, so I'm going to probably look for a vintage fan on eBay or buy a 16-inch and just take the grill off of it because it's up so high you don't hit your head, and I don't like those big grills on those things. But it'll have to be a 16-inch to move the air sufficiently. Right now we've got boxes up top. We're going to build the shed, like I said, and get that stuff put in there, so our cabinets are kind of cluttered. And we're using plastic bins instead of shelves, so you can pull the bin out and get what you need, as opposed to wasting space in the back. The cooktop worked out good. Let me get upstairs and show you how I did that up there. Alright, the bedroom worked out pretty good. We got a foam full-size mattress. That's the hardest thing to get used to. I went from a king size to a full size, so that was the worst of it. That's another one of those cabinets. What I did is I cut about 6 inches off the bottom, made some spaces there, and then I put the pull-outs there. And then here I've got, that's a 2x2. I didn't have to do anything with that. And then this is a 3 wide or a 3 high, and I took the extra shelf out, and that's what I used up front. and they're a little bit deeper than those cheap 12-inch deep ones. This one here, I believe they're 16 or 18 inches deep, so you can get audio equipment on it. And me being a audio guy, I wasn't going to give up on that. The modem and the router's up on the wall out of the way, and we got our phone system. And I use these little cheap fans from Walmart, and that keeps the air movement on it, and everything stays nice and cool. The speakers, I've got to find some smaller speakers. These aren't going to work out. I wanted to use them. I like these KLHs, but I'll use those on the deck when I build a cabinet for a stereo in my beer fridge. I'll end up using those. So that turned out good. TV, of course, is on a wall mount bracket. I thought I was going to use a 42-inch, and it was just too damn big. And I ended up selling a 32-inch, and I had to sell my 42, and I got to buy another 32 for my son. He's just using a little TV set until we get another one for him. And I got my posts up. I haven't had a chance to build the railing or cap it and put a knob on it, but it's all turned out good. The AC, the 8000, this high efficiency has turned out to be fantastic. I haven't had any problems with it, and it keeps us nice and cool, and our electric bill has not been over $100, so that's we went from $250 to $350 a month to less than $100, so I can live with that. The lamps there, I've got to measure how far the doors are going to come out, and then I'm going to swag them up and bring them down, and then determine what kind of height I want for them. Those are just temporary right now. I had to wire them up so they wouldn't be in the way. That ceiling fan's turned out fantastic too. That was another great buy. I'd highly recommend it. Alright, this is what the steps look like folded up. That's worked out good. They're out of the way. We haven't had time to get a door put up, so we're just using our shower curtain that we had from our previous house that we liked, that had the tan and the blue accent color we wanted to use. And then the door, we got one that has the mini blinds built into it. They're a little bit more expensive, but I tell you, it's worth the money. And that was the last thing I put up, was the door. Keep from scratching it up. That door was well worth the money. Alright, I haven't showed this. This was my gas setup. I showed that video what I was going to use, but the gas has worked out great. That pressure regulator did a fantastic job, and I put that T in right there, and that's a trap that goes down and keeps any crap from getting into lines. And this one over here feeds underneath the tiny house. These are 40s. We've been here 2 months, and I put 5 gallon in each tank, and we still haven't run out of gas, so the efficiency has been really good. We were worried about the dryer burning it up, but it hasn't, so that's been fantastic. We've picked out our color that we're painting it. I've got to finish some trim work. We went with a 3-color with a white accent. Got that. The double wall for the gas has worked out perfect. That water heater, that Easy Tankless 101, I highly recommend that. If you live in Florida or a warmer climate, that's the one to get. If you're going to live up north where it gets really cold, then get the 202, because this one is, I tell you, it doesn't use a lot of gas, and it gets the water hotter than we'll ever want it. And I haven't taken it off to summer mode yet, even though we've gotten some cold weather. Blocked it up, got it strapped down. Those are just temporary. I'm putting chains and turnbuckles on it. We've got a deck we're building all the way across here. It's going to be 16 foot by 8. Because being in a tiny house makes you a little bit crazy. You want to get outside. So we're going to do that. But the colors have turned out good. And I'm using hardy board for the trim. Yeah, it's a little heavy, but it's not going to rot. The weight has turned out better than I thought it would. The only thing I was disappointed in were the springs were a little bit lazy. It wasn't overloaded. The tires didn't lay out flat or anything like that. So it's just some cheap springs. I'm going to put some helper springs on it the next time we move it, but I got plenty of time for that. So we'll paint the trim white and get all that done. And then it's worked out really well. And we moved to a nice area. It's got a lot of trees around here. We've got good neighbors. There's supposedly bears across there, so we'll see. The only disappointing thing, the cat I wasn't worried about. She was with the tiny house since day one, and she disappeared about 3 weeks ago, and there's no hiding a hair of her. And we don't know what's happened to her. She was a friendly cat. She might have took up with somebody else. I'm kind of disappointed in that. She wasn't the one I was worried about. The dogs actually done a lot better than I thought they would have. So I'll post some more stuff later. But as always, you all have a good one.